recording this session. So yeah, so it's so great to be here. And if you're as excited as I am, can you give me a reaction? Just like Silverline did. All right. Can you give me a reaction if you're as excited as I am to be here? Okay, Femi, I believe that's you reacting, right? Because you're raising your hand, by the way. All right. Thank you so much, Marie. Thank you, Trenzy. Thank you, UDB. All right. It's so great to be here, like I said. And I believe that this session is going to be very, very insightful because I honestly would be sharing some nuggets that would help you crack certain codes, right? And hack certain systems in terms of gaining work experience. And it's not going to be a waste of your time. This is going to be a time perfectly invested in your career. And I urge you to stay with me till the end of this session because at the end again, I have, something really nice to give out. Okay, so thank you so much for joining. I know it's a weekend. You most likely would have preferred to, chill, hang out, but then you chose to be here. You chose to dedicate, say, 1 hour, 30 minutes of your time just to gain certain insights, right, into how you can gain work experience. And I promise to make it worth your while. I promise, because I know that you could have been doing other things, but you chose to be here. So I would not take that for granted. All right, thank you so much. And I see all the reactions. It makes me, more gassed up for the session. So thanks and keep it coming. If you have any friend, colleague, or family member that you believe would gain from this session, please ensure you share this link with them. Trust me, a knowledge shared is going to help everybody. So if you know anybody, maybe a colleague, a friend, family member that you feel would really gain from, this session that talks about gaining work experience that employers value, whether they are data scientists, analysts, engineers, business analysts, cybersecurity analysts, you can share this with them. You can share the link to this session, and we'd love to have as many people on the session as possible. All right, so thank you so much once again. So let's get straight to it without wasting further time. All right, so this session is brought to you by Amdari. And before I get started, I always love to, know the people that I have on the call. I love to familiarize myself with everybody. And one other thing I love to say is that this session is a knowledge sharing session. So majorly, I would be giving out nuggets, like I said, that would come as very useful for you. Thank you. As very useful as possible, okay? So I would want us to be very interactive. I would want us to be very engaging, so to speak, right? So you can, Esther, I think I'm going to, I'm really loving the energy, Esther. So yeah, I love that. Okay, so I want the session to be as interactive as possible. So please use the chat as the session goes on if you want to say anything, because I would allow you on mute towards the end of the session so that the session is more coordinated. But if you can hear me clearly, like crystal clear, please let me know if you can hear me clearly. Okay, awesome. All right, so if at any point in time you're unable to hear me, please just draw my attention to it so that I can fix that. All right, thank you so much. So in the chat, I would love to know what we are all into. So what area of tech are you specialized in, right? Or have you gained experience? No, not experience. Have you gained skill in? So have you gained data analytics skills, data science skills, data engineering skills? I would love to see that and your location. So data scientist, UK, data scientist, Canada or Ontario, if you want to be more specific, data scientist, Washington, DC, just your career path that you have gained skills in. You've gained some level of training, right? You've been, you've gone to a boot camp, you've taken courses. It can be crash courses online, can be YouTube videos, Coursera and the likes. Just type it in the chat. I would love to know where everybody is coming from and the skill you already have acquired. So Precious says project management. Amazing, Precious. Precious, you did not include your location, by the way. I would love to know where everybody's joining from, all right? Like I said, I love to familiarize myself with, people that I'm interacting with. It makes it easier to talk about relatable instances and case studies, all right? So only Precious has, responded as far what she does or the skill she has gained. so far. So I would love, I believe some people are still typing. So please just use the chat to respond to my questions as we proceed. All right. So I'm still waiting. My eyes are glued to my chat area to see what we all have. Or are we saying we've not learned anything in any of these area, tech skills? Are we saying we've not learned, data science skills, data analytics? You've not taken any courses in it? Okay, I think we have people typing already. Sorry. Okay. So I was supposed to scroll down. I missed that. Okay, so Jane Peter says this is not for project management. Yes, actually, we kind of, but I'll get to that shortly. Adeyemi says data analyst Nigeria, amazing. Olariwa, data science Nigeria. Ndidi, cybersecurity UK. Jane, I'm interested in project management. Adekola, data analyst UK. Precious, project management. London, cybersecurity United Kingdom. Fatima. Anita says business analyst Abuja. Zainab, KYC analyst, London. Okay, amazing. Thank you all. I see a lot of data scientists, data analysts, business analysts, and a lot of UK folks on the call. So it's great to meet you all, right? So let's get straight into it. You can keep typing if you've not introduced yourself already. Your names are already there, but I would just love to, know what you do. Now, I would love you to react with any of the, icons that we have. I have a question to ask you. In all of these career paths that you've listed, if you have not gained experience working in that capacity, can you give me a thumbs down? No, sorry, thumbs up. You've not gained experience, give me a thumbs up. Thank you, Indidi. All right, thank you, Adekola, Precious. Okay. If you've gained experience, you can give me a thumbs down. But you've not gained experience at all. You've just taken the course. You've learned this career path, data analytics, data science. I see everybody giving me a thumbs up. So a lot of people on this call have not gained experience, but they have learned the skill. All right. Trust me, this session will be very, very useful to you. It will be very, very helpful to you, rather. All right. Thank you so much. And I see the people also dropping chats as well as the people who are reacting. So thank you for that. Sorry, I skipped that. So as we've all indicated, we have gained the skill, but we have not gained the experience. And now, when you think of gaining experience, think Amdari, right? Because we figured out something in the job market. A lot of tech professionals who are looking to get their first job in tech do so without experience. And another thing we figured out in the job market is the fact that recruiters would always list under their job requirements experience as a major, prerequisite. So how do they do this? They might not explicitly state, oh, we need you to have 2-3 years experience, but they can say something like, we need someone with experience working with certain tool. If it's a cybersecurity professional, for example, they can say we need someone with experience working with Splunk, Wireshark, Autopsy, right, and the likes. If it's for a data scientist, for example, they can say we need someone with experience working with Python, R. They are majorly telling you they need you to have worked in an actual work setting using these tools. And ultimately, that means we need you to have gained experience working in an actual business setting. That's what they're saying. They don't need to say we need you to have 5 years experience. We need you to have 3, 2, or 1 year experience. We just need you to have experience using this tool. And that's beyond saying I know how to use it because I took a course, right? It's beyond saying that. It's now talking about mastery. Now, when you think of gaining that mastery by applying everything you've learned in class, during your bootcamp, when you were taking a course online, on YouTube, on Coursera and the likes, when you think of gaining mastery to further, hone your skill, then you think Amdari. So Amdari is that platform, right, that bridges the gap between theoretical learning and real world experience. And Amdari majorly focuses on helping data analysts, data scientists, data engineers, business analysts, and cybersecurity professionals, whether you're specializing under SOC, GRC, or ethical hacking. We focus on helping you gain real world work experience by placing you in an actual work setting to gain the much needed experience, and also aiding you with everything else that makes you a total package in the job market, from your CV revamp to interview prep sessions, to pairing you with mentors that help you understand how to navigate the job market better. So Amdari is just that for you. Okay. So now Amdari was, the brain idea of Ifemena and Adeza. So Ifemena has a wealth of experience working across, the data ecosystem as well as data analytics, covering data analytics, data science, and data engineering. I wanted to skip that. He's the co-founder of Tenalytics and Amdari, and he has been able to help over 2,500 professionals transition into tech. Now, when I say transition, I'm not talking training alone. I'm talking gaining the actual job, landing the actual job, or securing the job, right? So he has also worked across the UK, US, and Canada with major organizations in these countries. He has worked as consultant, and he has been able to build a very strong network with professionals and hiring managers across these countries and organizations that he has also, worked with in the past. And then we have Adeza. He's a technology expert with over a decade experience working in data analytics and management consulting. He is also the founder actually of Tenalytics and co-founder of Amdari, and he has helped over 2,008 professionals with no prior experience in tech to transition into the role and land their first jobs. And like I said, I'm not talking about helping them gain the skill alone. I'm talking about making them a total package and ultimately helping them get the actual job. All right. If we talk about the people they've trained, we're talking over 50,000. So this 2,000 plus is people that actually were able to get jobs under their tutelage, right, and mentorship. Okay, his experience spans across, data science consulting in the UK and US, data analytics and business performance in Sahara Group Limited, and also data analytics consulting at FITC, right? And he currently resides in Alberta, Canada. And then there is me, your host for the session today. You would have already seen on the screen. My name is Omoumi Victoria Samson, and I am an accomplished business and tech executive, and I'm very much, vast and skilled across areas like software engineering. Actually, I started my, career as a software engineer. Marketing as well was added to my, it was like a feather added to my cap, and I also am a project manager, and I am very passionate about tech entrepreneurship. Right, I have a proven track record of delivering impactful results across various industries. I have worked with edtech, film tech, as well as marketing consulting as well. And I'm very passionate about using technology to solve real world problems. And that's why anytime there is impact, there is technology, you will see me there. Anytime there is human capital development and there is technology, you would see me there. And that's the reason why I'm very passionate about how we are helping tech professionals in the tech ecosystem transition seamlessly and help them, get a total rebrand that lands them their first job. So I'm very passionate about how we do that at Amdari. And I currently, occupy the seat of the CTO and COO. And that's me, all right? So, but I'm not always, techie. When I'm not being techie, I'm doing some writing because takes me off the actual reality and makes me build, helps me build a fictitious, world and character and all of that. And it's very therapeutic for me. So I really love to write. Okay, so let's get straight into the session. If you're already excited, can you give me a thumbs up? You're already excited about where the session is going to be headed. Thank you, Adwa, Femi, Uchechuku, Paul. Thank you all. Thank you. All right, so the session would be focusing on how you can gain experience that employers value, right? You would not be doing it the usual way, right? And I will show you how. And then we'd also get creative. This is where we will not be doing it the usual way comes into the picture. And then the Amdari Work Experience internship and the special offer that I promised you at the start of this session. Okay, so let's get started. This particular session, is going to be showing you how to stop waiting for permission and create your own opportunities. I believe we are all familiar with the story of Hilda. I am always very passionate about people who create the stage for themselves and shine the spotlight on themselves, because who says you can't, right? Who says you cannot actually take certain actions or bold moves, right? Who says you can't bet on yourself? So this session will be showing you how to do that in this tech space. It's very possible. It's not just in creative space that you can do that, all right? Then would also be showing you how to stop applying to jobs and start solving real world problems first. That might sound very tricky and contradictory, but trust me, I have an explanation to that. Okay, then I will also be showing you how to stop thinking like a job seeker and start thinking like someone who already has the job. Trust me, this mindset shift is going to be like the thing that helps you hack the system. So when you think of this session in one word, or that's not one word, in a phrase, right? Just think of it as a mindset shift session. I think that's just the best way to call this. All right. This session is a mindset shift. Okay. So we'll be showing you all of this. So I hope you soaked all of that in before we proceed to the next thing. Now, when it comes to getting a job, or rather, the job market itself is a major paradox. And when I say paradox, I mean something contradictory. How is it contradictory? You need experience, right? But then you can't gain that experience without a job. But then you need this job to actually gain that experience. Recruiters will tell you, we need you to have experience. How am I supposed to get experience or gain experience if you don't give me the job? I said something from my previous slide. I said, we will show you how to stop waiting for permission, right? And that's where this comes in. That's the major way, or the only way you can crack this catch-22 loop. The catch-22 loop is the loop that just goes on and on and on in a contradictory manner. You need this to get this. You need this to also get this. So what to do, right? So it's just like an endless loop. And like I said, the mindset shift is what is going to help us crack or hack this particular system. Okay, now I would like to know, have you been putting the horse before the cart? Meaning, have you been looking for a job first, or have you been trying to gain experience first? So let's see how you've been putting the horse before the cart in this situation. What have you been doing? Ilesomi, yes, this session is being recorded. So trust me, you would be getting the recording of this session. I urge you to fill the attendance form that my colleague is dropping in the chat, because we'll be sending the link to this session via email to you. So you would receive it in your email, including this slide. Remember, I said this session is about mindset shift and also cracking or hacking the system, rather. So if you want to have access to this slide at the end of the session, so you can revisit not just what I said, but also see the slide to also further, refresh your memory about things we discussed. You would want to fill the attendance sheet that my colleague Ozichi just dropped in the chat. All right, so which have you been doing first, right? Have you been looking for a job, or have you been trying to gain experience? Be honest with me, all right? So just type looking for a job first, trying to gain experience first. Just type, be honest, what has been the approach you've been using, right? It's okay if you know what you're supposed to do now, but what have you been doing, right? I really want to know. So guys, type in the chat. As like I said, I have my eyes on the chat. So Femi has been trying to get experience first. Okay, experience. Bolariwa trying to get a job. Okay. Mimi says both. Okay. Eric looking for experience. All right. Please, you can keep typing. All right. So let's see which one should come before the other. And I love backing things up by data. Let's see why. Right. Let's see which one is the best approach. Is it to look for the job first, or to look for the experience first? All right. So according to Generation Tech Hiring Revolution reports, we see that recruiters prioritize experience first. All right. They prioritize experience first, and it's for major reasons like stronger technical skills from the applicants, higher quality of work from the applicants, able to work more independently, or ability to work independently from the applicants. Now, what this tells you is that when they are trying to hire you and you're coming on board with all of these strengths, you're able to work independently, you have a lot of technical skills, you've worked and impacted actual businesses before. When they see that you're coming on board with this, they know that they can rely on you to hit the ground running from day one. And I always try to say this, put yourself in the shoes of that recruiter. you start a company today, you're trying to hire people for your company. Bear in mind that you have the idea, but you don't know how to execute every aspect that would make you grow. Do you agree with me? Can you give me a thumbs up if you agree? If you disagree, please feel free to give me a thumbs down. Okay. You need skilled people, right? I believe people on this call, we have data scientists, data analysts. I have not seen someone that says, oh, I'm a data engineer, sorry, software engineer. So imagine you're starting a company. You would need a website. You can't build it yourself. You would need to hire a software engineer to build it for you. So imagine hiring a software engineer that only just finished a boot camp and has not built an actual website before. Trust me, this person will be able to deliver on the job, but you guys might end up spending over 8 months or like a year on this person trying to finish up that job. And I'm speaking from experience. Why did I say this? This person will use your startup to learn on the job. Mistakes will be made. He most likely does not even know how to build mobile responsive websites yet, right? And he has not built on this type of scale before, because when you are taking a course, you're just giving minor and tiny projects that can just help you have something to show for it, right? Not like you've done the actual thing. It's just like what happens when we're in secondary school and we're taking maths exam or maths test. In class, it's 1 + 1, 2 + 2. But in your, like during your exam, it's an actual count for X, right? Where you have to apply whether it's, what's it called now? BODMAS or not, right? It's SOD and all of those complicated aspects of mathematics. That's the actual thing that happens in the actual job market. What you learn in class while taking your bootcamp is totally a scratch on the surface in comparison to the actual expectation. So it's like being thrown in a pool and, oh, I don't know how to swim, or being thrown in a very large river and I don't know how to swim. So as a founder, I need somebody that will be able to get on the job, build my website, and be done in like 2 weeks and 2 months. If it's an MVP, trust me, we can be done in a month. And I will have a website to launch my e-commerce business, right? I am not a website developer, so I need somebody that can do the job. But if I get someone who just finished their training, again, it's not like this person will not be able to finish up my website, but when, and I'm burning money, I'll be paying this person's salary. So it's as this person could have completed in a month. This person can use nothing less than 8 months. And again, speaking from experience, like I said, I started my career as a software engineer, right? So that's pretty much how it works. So internship helps you build that experience that would help recruiters see that, awesome, this person has worked in an actual business setting before, right? And this is the reason why recruiters need you to have the experience, like I said, while I was, explaining, all right? And according to the research that we also did, we found out that recruiters majorly hire based on experience. I've explained the reason why, right? Okay, Marie says that's so exactly. Thank you. Right. I've explained the reason why recruiters prioritize experience. Now let's see the percentage of recruiters that go for experience and the ones that don't go for experience. Now from the top, you can already see that just 6% of recruiters or hiring managers are don't care if you have experience or not. It's just 6%. So we are saying that the remaining 94% want you to have experience. What are the odds of you finding your way to these 6% recruiters, right? That don't mind if you have experience or not? Because the remaining 94% want you to either have at least 3 months of work experience, at least 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, or 3 years experience. They want you to have this. So only 6% is okay with hiring people that don't have experience, right? So most job seekers actually lose out on getting jobs because they lack that experience. So I believe that helps us answer the question that I was asking initially: which should come first, job or experience? And which have you been doing? Job, looking for a job, or looking for experience? All right. Now we have seen that you need to put experience first and then job after you gain that experience, right? Now, I mentioned that this session is a mindset shift, right? So you need to stop thinking, I need a job to prove that I can do the work, and start thinking, I need to do the work so I can get the job. Now, how do you get the work to do? Where is the work? right? If I don't go ahead to apply and just hope that somebody hires me, or the 6% that Omomi just talked about, how do I go ahead and make sure that these guys see me and hire me, right? How do I get these jobs that will help me gain experience? That's where we are going to, all right? Now, like I said, this is a mindset shift, not a Perspire to Maguire session. It's a practical roadmap to getting real employer-approved work experience. Again, I said we're hacking the system, and so just stay with me, please. So we're really doing some hacking of the system. So the best way for you to gain experience is to stop waiting for permission and start acting like you already have the job. How do you start acting like you already have the job without the actual job? We have to get creative. We have to get creative. These are strategies that have worked for me, and I've seen people who it has worked for, right? And that's why I said I need to share this and show you how you can also implement this in your own job searching or job hunting, all right? First, we have the invisible intern strategy, shadowing without permission. Then we have the reverse internship strategy. Intern for a startup that doesn't even know they need you. I'll break this down, okay? This is just me trying to give you pointers. I will break it down, right? So if you can still hear me very clearly, please, can you give me a thumbs up? Like I'm still very audible. Give me a thumbs up, please. Amazing. Thank you, Adoa, Esther. All right. Thank you. Esther, this is your energy. I really like it. Okay, so the reverse internship strategy, which is where you get to intern for a startup that doesn't even know they need you. All right. And then the public challenge method, let people watch you work. And then the digital doppelganger, the strategy. I became familiar with this word when I watched Vampire Diaries. I don't know if anyone here has seen it, by the way. Okay, so you get to imitate a real expert in this case. You're pretty much replicating what they are doing. Thank you, Esther. You replicate what they are doing. That's what this digital doppelganger talks about. Like I said, I'll break it down and you get the actual roadmap to achieving this. All right. Now, for the invisible intent strategy, where you get to shadow without permission, what you have to do in this case, I'm giving you the breakdown. Please jot things down and don't panic. We'll be sharing this slide with you. Just make sure that you fill the attendance form that my colleague is dropping. All right, fill the attendance form, and also you'll be getting this session recording. All right, so moving on, pick a real company. All right, then identify a business problem they may have. It's so easy to figure this thing out, right? It's very easy. You just need to check them out. All right, thank you guys. You need to check them out, look them up on Instagram, check out their website. You would be able to pick out what challenge they are having. If a social media manager is going to check that out, they have to go check their social media platform. What is it they are not doing? If a web developer would do it, they would go check out their website. What does it look like? How can I improve it? Do they even have SEO in place, right? So these are things you will take a look at depending on your field and the capacity you're hoping to get a job in. You want to show your expertise as a data scientist or data analyst, right? Take a look at their publicly available data. All right, that's what you have to do, and see how you can analyze it to help you with further, insight that you can build a report around and share with them. The area that affects your career and how you want to come in for them is where you need to focus on when you are trying to, pick a business problem for this particular company that you have picked, right? Analyze their publicly available data. Create a detailed analysis or solution. In this case, I'm using data analysts for this case study now. So I'm assuming a data analyst wants to help a particular company. You want to get them to notice you, right? So you create a detailed analysis or solution proposal, right? It's like unsolicited expert or consulting, right? And then send it to the company. Trust me, emails are always available for you to reach out to. But do not send it to their social media account. Do not send it to their info email or their what's the other one, services at anything email. Please do whatever you can to either send it to their founder first, the CEO. It can be through LinkedIn. Even the hiring managers, don't prioritize sending it to them first. Try sending it to the founder. Make sure that that's your first target. The founder is the person you want to gain access to. So you can send it to them via Instagram, LinkedIn. Send it to them across all. You don't know where they would get to see it faster. On their busiest channel, they might miss your message. On their less busy channel, they might see it. So send to all. Don't say, oh, they are less, they have less followers here. Let me just focus. No, they just might not be even active there. So you want to send it across all right? So send it across every social media platform. Again, the founders first, not even the hiring managers first. So once you do that with the founder, do the same with the hiring manager. All right. And then once you do that, the results you get from this is you get real world work experience, because remember, you did this for an actual business. You didn't make it up. They are actually real. You picked out their problem. The difference is they didn't hire you to do so. Again, no need for permission. Hilda didn't need someone to create a stage for her to, do the cooking hackathon. Was it cookathon? Yes. She didn't get to have someone create the stage. She took a bet on herself. She believed she could, do that, make that bold move. So do the same with your career, all right? Then go ahead. What this means is you get the job. Like I said, the difference is you're not full-time with them, you're not in-house with them. But what an in-house person will do is what you've just done, all right? And then if they do respond, then congratulations, you just reverse engineered yourself into a job offer. I mean, this is the smartest way to do it, right? Right. So this is one thing that I would encourage you to do if you're going the route of invisible intent strategy. Just go this route. The founder is who you need to send this message to. All right. Thank you so much, guys. I see the reactions. Okay. Now moving on to the next strategy that I want you to implement. Again, we are hacking the system. Okay. The reverse internship strategy, which is where you get to intern for a startup that doesn't know they need you. I work in an organization. I have worked in organizations. Trust me, there are always gaps waiting to be filled. There are always gaps waiting to be filled. And recruiters are not being stingy about letting you in. Even founders are not being stingy about giving you a shot or allowing you come in. But they need to be sure that they can bet on you, right? So how much of convincing can you do? All right. So now you need to pick a fast-growing startup. Whether or not it's even fast-growing, it doesn't matter. Just pick a startup or even a company, all right? Research their biggest pain points based on their LinkedIn post or even their job description. Again, you can figure this thing out. Just check out these platforms, their website, their social media platform, what their founders talk about, right? Check it out. You will be able to see all of this. Even search their staff members, see what they post about. We have companies where their staff talk about their day-to-day, their work and all. You would be able to pick certain things out, right? Then send an email. I noticed name of company is struggling with specific problem, right? You type it down, okay? I have put together a quick analysis of how I can help. Can I work with you for 3 months for free? No risk, just results. Now, let me tell you something. I have done this before, right? And it was for SEO. I did an audit of a website. I did a website audit. Like, this website was not ranking. This company's website was not ranking. I didn't need them to tell me that. I wanted to get a job as an SEO specialist for them. So I checked out their website. You know the capacity you want to go in. Attack it like that. Companies don't know how much they need data scientists, data analysts, or data engineers. They don't know. Take a look at the approach that they are currently using. Based on publicly available resources of this company, you can do that. All right. I checked out this company. Their website was not ranking, and I did my audit. Thorough audit. I created a slideshow of reports, and then I sent it to their founder. Again, companies don't know they need you until you break down certain things. I was not interviewed. Trust me, like, I was not interviewed. I just got the job. Again, I'm talking about this because there are things that have been hacked and they have worked. And you would agree with me, just thinking about it, because you think this thing would work if you try it. Can you just, like, let me know if you agree with this? Do you think if you try this approach, it will work? All right, I'm waiting for reactions. I've not seen any. Okay, thank you, Daniel. Thank you, Adoa Precious. Okay, exactly, right. If you try this approach, it would work. So I did that, created a report, and then I sent it to the founder, not even the hiring manager, right? The founder knows more about the business. Trust me, they know the area because this is the person focusing on strategy, right? Focusing on the business side. How do we make sales? How do we grow, right? What are we leaving out? How do we keep innovating? It's the founder that's constantly thinking of that. And what an innovation without the actual team that would implement all of the ideas you're coming up with, right? You might also be failing in some areas as a business. What's the best way to implement this if you don't have the people with the technical know-how to implement it? So if you have done your homework and you've researched companies and you've also done certain, you've created a report and you send it to this founder, you would most likely get a yes to your request. Oh, let me work for you for free. Oh, I volunteer to be, I would like to intern with the organization. You can, give me stipend for now or anything. Just volunteer to do that, right? And guess what? You would either get a leg in the door through a yes, right? And they would even pay you, or even if it's the free aspect that they take off, you still have nothing to lose. Remember that you are doing this to gain actual experience. You're doing this to gain actual experience. Just the same way they will tell you when you're working with an organization, whatever you do here is yours for the taking, right? It's just like when a bird picks up something from a tree or something, he flies away with it. So everything you do for this company, free or not, you're impacting yourself, and you have an actual proof to show your next recruiter that I worked with an actual business. I didn't just take a course and all that, right? So that's how you get to build yourself. Trust me, it's all about you, right? So the impact, the experience you get is what you just need. It's just for a while for you to just gain that experience and make sure that, oh, I'm in the best position to get the job, right? Now let's look at the other one, the public challenge method. So I'll be taking questions, Chinon, so towards the end of the session. So be calm, I'm coming to you, okay? All right, so the public challenge method is where people get to watch you work. Now, you pick a challenging problem in your field, something you would love to talk about. Document your learning process in real time. You can use LinkedIn, Thread, or Twitter Thread, or even Instagram. But I advise you to use Twitter, LinkedIn, as well as blogs, right? Write blog posts or even articles on LinkedIn, right? You have the article feature there. You get to build in public. Guess what building in public does for you? It helps you get noticed. I have built in public before. That was how I went from being a project management, graduate. Let me use the word graduate. I had just completed my course. But before I was done with that course, what I did, I was curious. I wanted to know more. Remember what I said about what you learn in class is not the actual reality. So while I was learning, I had more questions. Then I went online. The more questions I had, I Googled about it. I found, my answers in people's YouTube videos, in people's podcasts, articles, and the likes. I found my answers there. As I was getting all of these answers, I was reposting and talking about it. So I didn't know that talking about it made me come across as, someone very vast in the field already. Remember, I said I had just completed my course. Now, a recruiter reached out to me to tell me that they needed a web project manager. And then I told them, oh yeah, I'm the one you're looking for. I sent them my CV. They sent me an assessment test. I took the assessment test. I went in for an interview with their founder and the hiring manager, and then I got the job. How did I get the job? Rather, I first got noticed by building in public while learning, and immediately I was done learning, right? So trust me, you would be noticed. It doesn't matter if you have a lot of likes or not. You would just get noticed as long as you're consistent. It is a strategy that works. It worked for me. I got the job as a lead web project manager, and I was leading a team of Indian developers. Trust me. And how that worked, I didn't wait for permission. I just, went ahead and did my thing, and working on also internship related projects. That helped me big time. All right. So the result of this, like I said, is you gain instant credibility. That happened in my case. And that was why they reached out to ask if I would be available to jump on that interview with them. Right. And industry people would start following you. That also happened in my case. Before I started that, I had 15 followers on LinkedIn, right? So just do that, build in public, things you're learning, talk about it. You don't need to talk, it's most likely not going to give you away as a learner, right? It just shows you as an authority because you're beginning to put out your thoughts, things you're learning, you're beginning to put it out, and that helps you a lot. All right. So this is another proven strategy that has worked, right? Again, just hack the system, do not wait for permission. All right. The other one is the digital doppelganger that I talked about, where you get to imitate a real expert or pretty much replicate something they've done in the past. Now, pick a successful person in your industry, someone you look up to, someone you like or admire their work ethic and everything like that. Thank you, M. Someone you really, really admire, okay? Check their LinkedIn, GitHub, or even their Medium articles and see what they have done. Trust me, they would use GitHub to document their projects, things they've worked on. If it's a developer side, you would see projects, whether it's open source or not, that they have contributed to. All right. Imitate that project. Trust me, this works. Okay. Replicate what they have done. All right. Follow their career path. If they wrote about, oh, how I built a stock marketing prediction model, right? Build your own version. What this does is it helps you save time from thinking of an amazing project you can work on, right? You just pick off what this person has done, do your own version of that, post about it, right? Post about it. Building in public is very important. That's where you get noticed. So when we say people should put themselves out there, it's not just for business owners, it's not just for marketing experts. You also need to see yourself as a brand that needs to be marketed. You also need to see yourself as a problem solver. The minute you have that mindset shift as a job seeker, everything will change for you. All right. But if you keep thinking, oh, yeah, I'm just looking for a job, I'm just looking for a job, that mindset will still box you. But market yourself, put yourself out there, talk about things you've done. And even as you're doing some, post about it. This would help you get noticed. It has helped me in the past. Okay. Now, what the result of this is just shortcuts. You shortcut your learning curve. Like I said, instead of thinking of, oh, what's the amazing project I can work on, you can pick up of someone else's previous idea. And that's a shortcut to your learning curve, right? And then you build a portfolio that aligns with hiring expectation. Trust me, these people have been in the space. They've walked the path that you are currently trying to walk or that you're currently working, and they understand what the industry needs. You will just be saving yourself the stress that comes with trying to figure out what the industry really, really wants, right? Or what recruiters really need from you. Okay. Then if you engage with them enough, they might mentor you or refer you to a job. I got a job in this manner, to be honest. I got a job in this manner. Like this person that I reached out to mentor me pretty much offered me a job. And what happened in this case? When I saw that, okay, I think I admire this person and I would like this person to mentor me, I went back to my Instagram page and my LinkedIn. What do I have there? If this person checks me out, will he decide to, listen to me or not? The quality of what I have out will determine that. I posted about when I was, having a particular ethical hacking speech at a tech meetup, right? Google Developers Group, yes, GDG, that's the name. So we had that meetup. I talked about ethical hacking. I was working as a front-end developer at that time. And I was very passionate about cybersecurity. So I decided to go that route of talking about ethical hacking. And when I did that, I decided to post that. Trust me, I didn't post it when I went to speak. But then I realized that my Instagram was not doing justice to what I had done. And my LinkedIn was far behind. So I had to update. And then I did back-to-back posting just because I wanted to send this person a DM. When I was done uploading all this, in fact, if you checked my page, you would see that they were just 2 days ago. I didn't send him a DM. Immediately I was done posting. I said, let me allow it to read, right? And then I sent him a message. I knew he checked me out on my page. And then he responded to the request for mentorship and he just said, what do you do? Sorry, I had even sent him a message of my skill set and everything. And then he said they needed somebody in this capacity. Would I love to join them instead? So he didn't mentor me. He offered me a job. So what better way to even get mentored if not by working under his tutelage, right? And mentorship and guidance. I got that job. I worked there for 2 years, for 2 whole years. And that experience was a major life-changing experience for me. Trust me. And how did I do that? I decided to reach out to this person, imitated, his path. He was a public speaker. And then I knew that something like this would bust his brain. Trust me. And that was what I did. And how did I know that that thing really worked? Would you believe that few weeks after I joined the company, he posted that picture just to brag about his new staff? Trust me, that was what happened. Then I was like, so that picture worked. So trust me, I didn't just make this up. There are proven strategies that have worked, and I saw them as approach that really helped me hack the system. And I know that if you try it out yourself, it will really help you a lot. Now, based on everything I have said, you would agree that impact is the only thing that matters here, right? Not how you gain the experience, the impact you've been able to make. So from everything I have said, is there a part where I talk about you actually getting a job before you build this experience? No, right? I just talked about how you would create opportunity for yourself without waiting for permission, right? So when you go ahead to apply to jobs with this experience that you've acquired, whether working for free for 3 months, right, or not. I think someone shared this bad experience where he said, I've done an analysis for NHS as an intern that has shown them what they are losing and what they can do. Yet I haven't been offered any job, not even transportation. Okay, are you saying you were offered internship because transportation, did you have to like go there in person at any point? But again, like I said, it's not about, whether you were paid or not. It's about the impact. Oh, okay. It's about the impact, right? There are certain jobs that you would apply to with that particular analysis you did that would wow them, and they would end up giving you a job. So it's not even about the company you're doing it for at that point in time. Remember what I said at the start of this. It's just your own way of gaining experience. Now, the icing on the cake is just if that company that you've done that for decides to offer you a job. And 60% of the time, it works out that way, right? 60% of the time, it works out that way. But even when it doesn't work out, guess what? You've gained the experience. You can apply to other jobs with this actual experience that you gained. And it really helps you out, right? So now, like I said, no one would ask you if you got paid for that job that you did in the course of gaining experience. The only thing they would ask you is, can you show me how you did this? And then how can you have something to show when you've not done anything actually, right? So let's move on. Now, one major thing you need to understand is the fact that employers only care about how you can get the job done, not how you gain the experience. I used, you guys as an example when I was talking about putting yourself in the shoes of the recruiter and the fact that recruiters want somebody that can hit the ground running from day one. So if you're coming on board, and I can't say that as a data engineer, you can build ETL pipelines, you can do everything that will help us fetch our data in its raw form from the cloud, from the server or anything. If I can't vouch for that, I won't give you the job because I am not a data engineer. I can't do the job. The only reason I am looking for a data engineer is because I need the person that can do the job, right? So if I see what you've done for other people before, it would make me confident that you can do the job for me, right? Because remember again, I can't do the job. The same thing applies to trying to hire a cybersecurity professional. I am not a cybersecurity expert, analyst, SOC analyst, GRC analyst, or even ethical hacker. I am not that. So if I need somebody to come take care of my networking or incidents, response challenges, and everything like that, I would need somebody that has done it somewhere before, or you have projects that, and I just want to see something you've done before and how you can do it for me. I don't want to know if you've gotten paid or anything. Another thing is I want to be sure that I can rely on you to be able to get the job done, because bear in mind, I can't do it. I don't know how to do it. That's why I need you to know how to do it. Now, if you're coming on board as, oh, I just gained the skill fresh out of boot camp, I will doubt your competence. It's just natural. And I believe you guys agree that if you're in that shoe as well, you would doubt that person can do it. And you would rather go ahead with the person that you can see that they've done something like this in the past. So your resume in this case is what now says, oh, this is what you can do. But your portfolio is now going to prove that, yes, you've done it before and this was how you did it, right? So if you're coming on board and I'm trying to consider you for the job, your portfolio is what will do you the trick. And your portfolio can only be populated if you implement the strategies that I've mentioned in terms of work experience, right? If you implement the strategies, it doesn't matter if you go ahead to get a job before gaining the experience or not. I just need to see something you've done before, and your portfolio would carry all of that. It would house all of that, not your resume. Your resume will just say, oh, yes, I know how to use this tool. Oh, yes, I know how to do this. Oh, yes, I know how to do that. But your portfolio will show how you have done it for other people in the past, whether it was through the digital doppelganger, whether it was through the shadowing aspect, the mentorship aspect, the replication of what has been done before, right? As long as you have something to show that, yes, I have done this before, right? Now, for you to land a job, you need to create. For you to land a job, everything we've been saying from before we got here is in line with you creating first. Create before you apply. When you create before you apply, you have something to show in your portfolio. Again, your resume is not the thing that would end up landing you the job. The actual work you've done is what will do that. Now, your resume will typically have that part where you can attach the link to your portfolio, right? If you go ahead and do all, and they open your portfolio and they see all of the projects you've worked on, you get a call back for an interview. Bear in mind that in that interview, what you are doing is telling them how you were able to do this and how you were able to do that. In that scenario, they will be able to tell if you worked in an actual business setting, if you were able to impact an actual business and all of that, right? So now I will talk about the most revolutionary way. Bear in mind that we are talking about ways to hack the system. Everything I have mentioned, there is even a better one, which is the last one that I'll be mentioning at the end of the session. Again, it's the most revolutionary way to do it because it has other additional factors that helps you stand out. And that is the actual business environment in this case, because businesses also prioritize that. They want to know you've worked in a team with people, you've reported to a team lead, and you've had, conversations or interactions of some sort with stakeholders. Why is this additional level important? Because in the job market, you're not applying alone. In the job market, you are competing against other people that most likely would be on this session or come across this video or hear it from somewhere else that they can also hack the system in this way. How do you take advantage of every tool in your arsenal? How do you take advantage of everything and, position yourself to be that person that stands out? Again, that's the most revolutionary way to go about this, and I'll be showing you that. Now, you need to create before you apply. It's me saying your GitHub repo needs to have your work. This work needs to speak louder because, in essence, certifications don't do, it's not enough. All right, it's not enough for you to show. And I've mentioned the reason why. You can just use your certification to show proof that you gained the skill. But the mastery comes with the actual work. And like I said, the mastery is what recruiters want you to bring to the table, not the certification that you've learned the skill. Because it is the mastery that will help you hit the ground running from day one. All right. Then you need a portfolio with projects, right? Because it's way, 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 way better than anything else. When this portfolio speaks for you, it shows what you've done and how you did it, right? And then a blog post is where you get to also pour out your heart, how you did this and how you did that, how you were able to achieve this and how you were able to achieve that. This is already putting you in that line of, someone that thinks. And again, standing out is that major ingredient that you just need because you're not in the job market alone. There are other people that are also qualified. How do you stand out? All right. Now, you need to also understand one thing. I'll still say this again. The mindset shift is what this session is about. Now, how you actually get the job is when you start to think and apply like a problem solver and not like an applicant. I mentioned the need, right, for you to apply and position yourself and market yourself. right? And not just see yourself as another job seeker. You need to market yourself well by building in public. You need to market yourself well by talking about how you've been able to arrive at certain solution based on certain research that you did. You need to position yourself as a problem solver by sending that email or DM to that founder on a publicly available data of theirs that you analyzed and you spotted maybe a blind spot or something they can improve on. All right. You need to be a problem solver by approaching your job hunting in this manner and not just applying that like every other person applying to jobs. Okay. Now, sorry. Okay. I've said this and I'll say it again. Showing is the best way to actually get these people to pay attention. You need to show them and not just tell them. Showing them is how you get these people to pay attention to you. It's how you command attention because you're not the only one applying again. Now, if your cover letter or your resume does not have anything that really shows, it will weaken it. So you need to attach a project related to the company when you're applying to a job now. Let's say you're applying to a job, right? A normal job you're applying to. You need to attach a project related to that company. I know you've worked on other projects before. It's okay. I understand. You can have it in your CV. But just because you're applying to this job, if you can quickly dedicate the next 24 hours to do something, again, you want to stand out. And this session is about how you can hack the system. Do not rely on just the other projects you worked on in probably logistics and supply chain, in e-commerce and the likes. Do not rely on it alone. Let's say this company you're applying to is an edtech. Why not quickly work on a project in line with that, or analyze their own what's it called, publicly available data, or they're putting out this job posting, right, for a purpose. Why not use that opportunity based on the requirements now, the tools they listed and everything? Use that to work on a project in alignment with their organization and that role that you are applying to, and attach it. Trust me, if you don't get that job, and why do I think you will get the job? If I see somebody that has worked in line, okay, I said we need a product analyst at Amdari now, right? And then I put up a job vacancy and I say, oh, we are in need of a product analyst, someone that can analyze our website data and everything like that. And I put all of that together and I tell you the tools that we hope you know how to use. What you should do, right? This is like a bonus to everything I've been saying. What you should do is pick what I've said in the job posting. You can make up your data set if you don't have access to any data set of ours. Make up your data set. Assume this is the problem we're having. Use the tools that we listed as what we need, right, to put together that particular report and dashboard that you're going to be creating. Put it together. Design it in alignment with what Amdari said they need on that job posting. Trust me, if I see that in anybody's CV, I will give you a call back. And I just want to know what was going on through your mind when you decided to do this just because you saw the job posting. It shows someone that takes initiative. And trust me, the greatest asset any company can have are people who take initiatives. And they don't want to lose such people. So if you're already coming and you're showing that, side of you, you are already like, trust me, 80% in. Literally like 80% in, because that's just a step ahead. And I can guarantee you something, nobody else will do that. Like, I can guarantee you something, nobody else will do that. So do something like that. Explain how the project you've worked on solves real life problem, whether for the previous people or even the one that you've just done for this organization, based on what I've just said. And then you can end it with a CTA in your cover letter or your resume. No, your cover letter rather. Your cover letter. Put that I would love to walk you through my approach. Of course, I'll call you back because I want to hear. I want to know how you did it, right? So now, instead of you saying, I know SQL, Excel, and Power BI, like I have been saying, right? You can say something like, here's how I used SQL, Excel, and Power BI to analyze a real-world business problem, or even their own business problem. right? You can go ahead and do that. Okay, so if you're still following and you're having fun, please give me a thumbs up. Amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right, awesome. Okay, great. So let's move on to, action, right? Everything in this life, you need to end it with action. I know that you guys are already thinking, oh yes, Omomi has said a lot. Yes, she has said this. Where do I start? How do I start? First, stop waiting. And this is the moment you stop waiting. Please, this is the moment you stop waiting. You see the strategy, the hack the system, hack the everything that we've talked about. This is the part where you stop waiting and you get started. And I would show you and help you get started. I talked about how you can do this, everything I have said, in the most revolutionary way. And that's where we are going to. So everything that I have said in terms of approach of gaining work experience, not waiting for permission, is what Amdari has done when we built this platform, right? I talked about how we bridge the theoretical learning and the real world expectation, right? How we bridge it with the platform that we have, this platform that you are on, right? So the entire hack the system strategies that I have given you has another aspect to it, that with that on your CV, on your resume, you would end up standing out. With that on your portfolio, you would end up standing out. I mentioned something. I said, when applying to a job and attaching your portfolio, projects, and everything like that, the job you're applying to, based on that role, right, and everything they need, quickly work on something for their company to show as a project, right, and break it down for them. End it with a call to action. Now, that's you going the extra mile, right? Now, when you get a call back for that interview, there are certain things that they will ask you. Again, bear in mind that you are not applying to this job alone, so you want to stand out. Now, you are going in for that interview. Certain questions they would ask you would span from, tell me a time you did this. Tell me a time you did that. How did you navigate this challenge? How did you navigate that challenge? How did you manage stakeholder expectations? And all those questions. Now, you would not have all of this story if you don't have, the actual work experience in a guided environment, right? In a guided environment, okay, look, please fill the attendance sheet. That's how you can get this session recording. Fill the attendance sheet of this session and we would definitely send it to you. Yes. All right. So they would want to hear stories of how you worked in a team with people, reported to a stakeholder and everything. This is what Amdari puts together for you. The guidance you need in the process of gaining this experience is what you would get when you jump on the revolutionary way to gain work experience, right? Now, for you to get a job, what are the things you need? You need technical skills and experience, and then you need employability skills. All right. Now, everything else I've talked about covers the aspect of your experience, right? And then I said there is still an extra layer to it, which is the Amdari topping. Okay. So the technical skill is what you've already gained when you were learning. But bear in mind that it's not enough. They want to be sure that that technical skill of yours, you've gained mastery applying it to an actual business, to an actual project. Okay, not, oh, I know how to use this tool. Oh, I have done this before. That's not what they need. They want to see proof that you can actually apply what you've learned in an actual setting. So now, with that, then there is the employability skill, which is the behavioral skill, how you communicate, right? Now, behavioral skills can only be gotten when you work in an actual business setting. So gaining experience alone is not enough, but topping it. I'm not saying you can't get a job with everything else, but top it up because you're not the only one in the job market and you want to always stand out. All right. So they've always said it. The only people that end up being successful are those willing to do what others are not doing, right? What others are running away from, what others. So it's like, oh, I was having a discussion with a friend just sometime this week, and we're having a meeting, and I was complaining about how hard the past week has been. Like, oh God, everything is just so, tough and everything. Like, so I'm like, oh, I'm so stressed and all of that. And then he was like, oh, you choose to be responsible, by the way. You can take the other route. You don't have to bother about anything stressful. And I said, do you know that you will be stressed about either being broke, being jobless, and all of that? You would still be stressed either way. So pick your heart. When people complain about, oh, this job is this job is that, without a job, life is still this, life is still that. So just pick your this and pick your that. All right. So it's the same thing with trying to get a job. Oh, but I have done this. I think I've tried. What about the other person that will do extra? All right. So you want to do the extra because at the end of the day, everything is already still stressful. Can we avoid any of this? No, we can't. So we might as well just do the one that would put a smile on our faces. The stress that will end up, giving me a smile instead of the stress that would end up still making me sad and depressed. I mean, all right. So the employability skill is where you get to have the behavioral skill. This behavioral skill is what helps you keep the job. And I would explain with the Amdari approach. All right. So now, when you have the technical skill and the experience, and then you have the employability skill, which is the perfect resume, the perfect portfolio, the perfect behavioral skill and soft skills, right? You have all of that. Then you stand out and you get the job. And how do you get all of this? Everything else I have been saying, including the extra topping I have been saying, it's the Amdari topping, the Amdari way, right? Now, how does Amdari do this? It's through the remote apprenticeship, virtual experience internship. All right. What we did at Amdari is reverse engineer the process. And we also hacked the system to put this together and help professionals in the tech ecosystem, professionals who are looking to land their first job. What's that challenge? Or trying to gain experience, trying to get a place for internship, trying to understand what recruiters want, how to get that actual experience that these recruiters would end up valuing, how to have it properly communicated on my CV. Because bear in mind, if my CV only carries this new experience and I apply to a job, I would be seen as a junior entry-level person. How do I properly stand out? Will I get rid of my past experience? No, you don't have to get rid of it with Amdari's approach. And I would explain that, like I said, okay? Now, with the Amdari remote apprenticeship virtual experience internship, you're able to work on actual business problems, actual business challenges in a real business setting, all right? Because we have business partners. Now, hacking the system for us means partnering with real organizations. Like I said the other time, when you want to hack the system, you get data and all of that, reach out to the organization and all. In our case, we partnered with these organizations. And when we did that, we had their agreement and, we came to an agreement to share all of these business challenges with our interns. So you don't have to go searching and all of that. We have provided that for you with the actual business setting, right? Where you also get to have a team lead. Now, when the business partners provide these real-time business challenges, right? It is assigned to your team coming on board as a business analyst, data analyst, data scientist, and the likes. You come on board, we provide you with these business challenges. Your team lead, who is an expert in the would communicate the business challenge to you in a project briefing meeting, right? You have the project briefing, you meet the company in your project and the stakeholders. In some cases, you meet the stakeholders. You have this project briefing, then you come together as a team according to how your team lead has, paired you or grouped you. You come together, work on this business challenge based on the capacity you're coming in as, right? So you work on the business challenge, and once you do that, you present your finding. After your brainstorming, arriving at the solution and everything, you do an actual presentation to the stakeholder, and your team lead needs to approve before you present. So your stakeholder approves of what you've done. If it wasn't good enough, you would be given a feedback to go back to the drawing board, see what you can do to improve on the tasks that you have been assigned. And there is always a deadline. All right. And then on the day of your presentation, you get to know how you have been able to impact that company with your finding. All right. Now, what you worked on ends up being on your project, ends up being on your portfolio, and also your LinkedIn. Now, how do we do that with you? We help you revamp your CV in the course of your internship. We revamp it with you, not for you, so that you understand how it was done and what was done differently. Right? So when we revamp your CV, we don't get rid of your past experience, right? And just leave Amdari's freshest experience on your CV. No, we put Amdari as your most recent experience, where you get to work as a data analyst consultant, data science consultant, etc. Right? We put consultant, not intern. Putting intern will undermine the level of experience you're gaining, because Amdari's internship is intensive. And in the course of the 6 months that you're interning with us at Amdari, you're working on nothing less than, let's say, 10 projects in the course of that 6 months. So imagine working on that much project, and then we are still putting intern for you. Then we are revamping your CV to make your past experience reflect to this role, right? So if we are doing that and we are still putting intern for you, everything is contradictory. So in the course of your internship, you get to work on projects that also align with your past industry experience, where you worked in different capacities, so that when we revamp your CV, let's say you used to work with a particular company, let's say NHS, right? You worked with NHS as customer service representative. Now, if you come to Amdari for the internship, you get to work on healthcare related projects, right? And that means that under your past experience, we can put something like maybe a sales analyst or a data analyst with the NHS, because now you have worked on actual business problems under healthcare. Now, we don't want to get rid of your past experience. Now, when you apply to jobs, it's not like, oh, this person is fresh and all of that. We just make you look very robust and stand out. Again, everything is in a bid to make you stand out, okay? All right. So when we do that and revamp your CV, we also make it reflect on your LinkedIn by optimizing it for you and using keywords and metrics that recruiters want to see, both on your CV and your LinkedIn, right? Metrics are very important, because even when the recruiter is not scanning through and skimming through, the ATS is also doing the same thing. When the ATS is doing that, there are certain things that ATS wants to see. Metrics, right? Keywords, tools, experience using this tool, experience using that tool. I was able to make this company go from this percentage revenue to that percentage revenue, right? I was able to help them save ad costs. Because we came up with an initiative and figured out, oh, there is a blind spot that causes us to spend more in ads and everything. But when I did my analysis, I was able to do this. All of these metrics, they are things that you get with the Amdari experience, because we understand one thing: recruiters want to see metrics. Recruiters want to see impact. Recruiters want to see you work in a team and gain experience interacting with a team, right? So these are the different ways that we use this internship to properly equip you and make you a total package, right? And like I said, we did a reverse engineering approach to this by going to different job boards to see what are those constant things that that these recruiters want to see every time, right? What are those requirements, prerequisites, and all tools that they want you to have as a cybersecurity professional, as a data analyst? What are those skills? What are those experiences they want you to have? And we build you up with that. And then, like I said, in the course of this internship, you would work on nothing less than 10 projects. And you would also get to have multi-industry experience. I said something: you get to work on projects in healthcare, you get to work on projects in logistics and supply chain, FMCG, e-commerce, right? You get to work on projects in real estate. So if you've worked in organizations before that fall under this category, trust me, you're coming to gain experience working in your actual capacity that you're transitioning into in tech, to reflect experience in these industries. So when we revamp your CV, your past experience doesn't have to be erased, right? So you also get to have that collaborative experience, because you work in a team, and recruiters want to also get a feel that you've done that before, right? And then there is the networking opportunity as well. The bulk of other jobs that I've gotten in tech today, whether the freelancing aspect, whether the gig aspect, because trust me, they help a lot. So they've all been through recommendations. Friends I made in my previous place of work during my internship and everything, they became industry friends, not network. Trust me. And yes, I would love to say this: when it comes to networking in this space and this industry, please, you want to make industry friends. Don't see it as networking. See it as making friends in the space. Because if you see it as networking, it would only be, and also when you start seeing it as networking, you think, oh, it's when I need you, I can reach out. It's when I already know you and the likes. No. But when you see it as industry friend, you would nurture that friendship. There are times you will come through for some of these people in different areas. You never can tell how they will reach out. Be that friend, that industry friend that they would also recommend. And please, while making these industry friends, post on your story on WhatsApp, on your LinkedIn and the likes. When they see what you do, they would remember you. When someone they know needs somebody that has your capacity. It has worked for me a lot. People would wonder why I post a lot on WhatsApp. Trust me, it's hard to forget me, right? When you want to recommend somebody for a job in my capacity, they would remember me because I post on my status, right, about my work. So you can't forget me. Someone reached out to me recently. She needed someone to fill in a what's it called now? A social media marketing role. And there was this person that was so good, but this person was not coming to my head because this person does not post. And I recommended someone else. The other person I recommended was someone who I remembered because was posting. So I only remember the person that was top of mind. The same thing applies to what I said about posting on LinkedIn. So it's not limited to you posting on LinkedIn. You also need to do the same thing for your personal space because your life-changing opportunity might be from a friend or a past colleague, right? So you want to take advantage of that. All right. Then we'll help you with your CV revamp, your LinkedIn optimization. The approach we use is what I've mentioned earlier. And then there is one-on-one mentorship, right? We have industry leading experts across the UK, US, and Canada that mentor you on how to navigate the job market. And then career coaching, interview prep, and also job reference letter. This job reference letter is given to you during your internship or after your internship, depending on when you need it and when you request for it. Now, this job reference letter is a 2-year reference letter. You can request for it anytime within the space of 2 years, right? And this reference letter, you can ask for the UK reference from Amdari or the Canadian reference. Amdari is located in Canada, but we are also registered in the UK. Our address is in London, so you can easily get a reference letter from us, right? It's available on request. Like I said, we've given out reference letters to our current interns, and it's been impressive. Someone recently shared with us that he got a job. This person started his internship in November. He's still in the program, right? He's the most recent now, right? And he just shared with us that, oh, he got a job and all of that. He was one of the people that even came here in our past sessions to give a testimony of their experience. At that time, he hadn't even gotten a job, but the job aspect is just very recent for him now. That's how this internship has been building people. I remember sending his reference letter to him in, was it January or February? I think it was January, right? So this reference letter is available for you on request. The reference letter attests to the fact that, yes, you gained the experience from Amdari, right? And you did everything that you say you did. So we vouch for you and we put everything you want us to put in your reference letter. We are also perfect for your work placement. If you need work placement as a result of your master's program, right? That's the sandwich approach where you get to intern for a year or 6 months, depending on your program and duration of internship. You can also use Amdari as your employer. We'll fill all the necessary details for you. Amdari is very much available for that. We have some people who have recently also taken advantage of that aspect of Amdari for their work placement, because we understand how difficult it is for people, doing their masters in the UK to get a work placement and all. And then there is the on-the-job support. We support you even after you've gotten a job and you reach out, oh, I need this, I need that. How do I, solve this problem? I'm a bit lost. Again, bear in mind that in the course of your internship, you have a team lead. Like I said, right? You have a team lead. Your team lead is an industry expert with nothing less than 6 years experience, right? This person helps you navigate the space in the course of your internship. And even after your internship, you need some form of guidance or assistance. We would also be there to be available for you. Now, the internship is very flexible, right? It's a cohort-based approach, so you can still join we recently have the match guys onboarded last week, so they've started their internship. If you're interested in the April cohort, it's starting on the 12th. Onboarding would have started earlier than that, obviously. So if you're looking to take advantage of everything I have said, right? And like I said, stop waiting. Because just like every other thing I've said, Amdari also decided to create this platform, right? Without waiting for permission from anywhere or anything to say, oh, people need to go this route to gain experience. We designed it. And then we partnered with organizations that we are in constant communication with and provide us with real-time data sets and business challenges and everything that you can work on and you can work with in the course of your internship. And there is stakeholder conversation, team lead conversation, and the internship is flexible because we understand that most of the people who jump on this opportunity are career switchers, and they are also people who are either doing their masters. So they're trying to balance everything. So we expect you to dedicate at least 1 hour in a day to the program, right? If you can do more than that, we would love it. We recommend 4 hours. But if you only have 1 hour in a day to dedicate, by all means, right? You can do that, all right? So like I said, the next cohort is starting on the 12th of April. So if you would love to join this cohort, it is very easy to do. My colleague will be dropping the link to enroll in the chat, right? So once you click on the link to enroll, you'll be taken to the page where you would see the pricing plan. But allow me to break it down. Yes, I'll be taking questions in the next 5 minutes. All right, Motorayo, I'll be taking questions in the next 5 minutes. If you have any question for me, please raise your hand. I'll be taking questions as you appear on my screen. And if you would prefer to type, you can also type, while I would also take people who would be speaking to us, okay? So now, if you would be coming on board as a data analytics intern, data science intern, data engineering, business analysis, SOC analysis, ethical hacking, or GRC, this program is perfectly for you. Now, we are currently running an IWD discount. That's the International Women's Day discount. We started running it last week, and a lot of people have taken advantage of this discount. So what this discount is saying in essence is, instead of you to pay the full amount for this program, you get to pay just 50%. So it's a 50% slash in the experience. So instead of paying 340 for 3 months internship, because we have the 3 months internship duration and we have the 6 months duration, the difference is in the duration, obviously, and the number of projects you work on. So if you're going for 3 months, you get to work on about 5 projects. If you're going for 6 months, I mentioned 10 projects, right? So the difference is in the duration and the number of projects. And with 6 months, you get to cover more industries, right? Because of course, you're doing more projects, right? Then you're paying 50%, and you get to pay in 3 installments, like 3 installments. And because this discount has been running for over a week now, this discount will be closing by midnight tomorrow. So if anybody would love to take advantage, we've said it before, it's limited slots for men and limited slots for women. Yes, Femi, because the discount has been running for a week now. So if you want to take advantage, I would urge you to do so as fast as possible. You can pay in 3 installments, like I said, right? All right. So you can pay in 3 installments. I'll be reading the comments shortly, Motorayo. So you can pay in 3 installments, which helps you secure your spot, right? Okay, so you guys are saying it's short notice. Okay, I might just extend it. Okay, I might just extend it, the discount duration. But then again, aside the duration, we have limited slots for men because it's the women's month. So we gave, more slots to women. So for men, we gave slots to about 20 men. And right now, if you would love to take advantage, Femi said wahala. So if you would love to take advantage as a man, we have 10 slots remaining for men, 10 slots remaining. And for women, we have about 30 slots remaining. So if you would love to take, and bear in mind that it spreads across, right? Across all the programs. So when I say 30 women, I'm not saying, 30 for data science. No, I'm saying it spreads across. So the same thing for men, right? We have 10 slots available right now. So it's not even about the limited time, but also the slots. So you don't get to pay in full price, all right? So this is like 50% is something that happens once a year. So if I were you, I'll take advantage. And remember what we said about starting now and not waiting. All right, so you can pay in. Debbie, if you didn't join earlier, this session is being recorded, right? So I would love for you to watch the recording of this session, because I talked about different strategies you can use to hack the system to gain experience. So please, Debbie, fill the attendance form that my colleague has dropped. If you missed that, they will drop it again. Fill the attendance form and you will get the recording of this session. You can watch it tonight, you can watch it by tomorrow. Time to identify as a woman is now. Boluwaji, I believe you're a man, for saying that. All right, so yes, but it's been amazing. Is the internship online or physical? It's online. It's 100% online. And because we have a lot of people in the UK, it feels like we're already building like a network and community of UK tech professionals. And who knows, by the end of the year, we might create like a meetup where, you know, people get to meet and interact with fellow, you know, professionals that are chasing the tech space as well. So please feel free to jump on this offer, right? If you're paying in pounds, this is the pricing on my screen. So you get to pay 180 instead of 340 if you're going for 3 months. And then you get to pay 280 instead of 600 if you're going for 6 months, all right? And if you come here to the next one, in case you want to pay in dollars, you get to pay 225 if you're going for 3 months, right? Instead of $400. And then you get to pay $350 instead of $700 if you are going for 6 months. And the same thing applies for SOC analysis, ethical hacking, and also GRC. These programs are for 3 months, but you can extend this particular one to 6 months if you want, all right? So the reason why we broke it down to 3 months each is because some people love to do SOC for 3 months and then ethical hacking for 3 months, like that. So we had to, okay, let's just break it down, all right? So Oluwasheye says, I want to pivot into data analytics, but haven't had adequate training. Can I still join internship? Oluwasheye, please, if you've not trained at all, I would advise you go ahead and gain the training. All right. If you can do that between now and when the internship starts, you said adequate. I believe you've done something briefly. So if you can take a full training before the program starts, sure, you can join the program. But if you can't take it before it starts in April, you can also wait until you've taken it. You can also secure your spot ahead of, you know, May. So if you would rather love to, like, okay, start in May, you can secure your spot now. The discount still applies to people who want to start in May, right? So you can secure your spot right now if you want to start in May, all right? Okay, for the people asking for project management, we most likely will be opening project management in May or June, right? But right now it's still closed because we have already exceeded the number of slots we're taking for project management. That's why project management is currently closed. So if you want to join any of our programs, we always say this: it's always limited slots, whether discount or not, it's always limited slots. So project management is currently closed. So Oluwasheye, if you want to learn first before you join the program, you can secure your spot ahead of me while you go ahead and learn. So that's like you having 2 months to learn, right? And everything will pretty much fast track your experience. Okay, so I'll show us how to make payments and secure our spots. So I'll just quickly show you how to secure your spot. So let's just see this particular page. All right. Ojoma says, can someone in Dublin, Ireland join? Yes, please. It doesn't matter where you are, right? Whether you're in the UK, US, Canada, Ireland, Nigeria, Ghana, Kenya, anywhere you are in the world, this program is for everybody. Yes, this program is for everybody, okay? So you can join the program and would definitely love to have you on board. So the link that my colleagues have been dropping in the chat on how you can secure your spot, when you click on it, you'll be redirected to the page you see on my screen right now. My colleague will drop the link again. Okay, they just have done that. So you would just click on that link that you see. You'll be redirected to this page that you see right here. So when you come to this page and you just scroll down, let me scroll down just a minute. You would see this: secure your spot, secure your internship spot for the 3 months, and secure your internship spots for the 6 months. Let's say you're interested in the 6 months experience, right? You click on secure your spot. Please bear in mind, you need to scroll down. all right, and click on secure your spot. When you click on secure your spot, you will be redirected to this page. On this page, you get to see that you can pay in 3 installments. Your first installment is £93. Just chicken change, guys. £93 if you're paying in pounds. And if you want to pay 2 times, it is £140. If you want to pay 3 times, it is £280. Okay. So to secure your spot, let's say you want to go with the 3 installments, it is due every month, right? Not every week. So if you pay today, for example, the next one will be due on the 15th of next month, and the next one will be due on the 15th of the other month. Okay. So, and you can choose to pay earlier. Let's say, oh, you get your salary and, oh, I don't want to wait till mid of the month again before I pay. Let me just secure my spot, and so that's just majorly it. So let's say you select the 3 installmental payments, right? Click on secure your seat. You need to select and then click on the button. You see the breakdown. You can see that if you pay today, your last payment will be in May, right? So when you click on proceed, you'll be brought to this page that you see right here. Input your name, email address, and your phone number, and then click on pay for product. Once you click on pay for product, you would automatically get prompt to input your card details. All right. Once you input your card details and your payment is successful, you will be redirected to this form where you get to fill up your details. And please read the terms and conditions. As you can see here, the IWD is only available for this number of women and this number of men. And like I said, a lot of slots have been taken already. And we are going to be closing the slots very soon. But like I said, just read everything that we have here. And then it is available to these programs that you see on my screen. And this is the current pricing, just like I have showed you, right? So when you scroll down, input your name, first name, last name, email address, your location. Let's say you're in the UK, you're in United States. You can see that you can input anywhere, right? For people in Ireland, you can just type Ireland here. So current status, recent graduate, unemployed, career switcher, returning to work, or career upskilling, all right? Then you can type in your phone number. Once you do that, click on next. Now, this is to, okay, before I get there. So which program are you interested in? You select the program and then kindly upload your payment receipt. Your receipt will be sent to your email address. Download it and upload it. Or you can just upload the screenshot of the payment successful and upload it, right? So once you upload it, kindly upload your passport photograph. So this is for those people saying, I identify as a woman. This is where we get to fish you out. So yes, you can still apply as a man, but again, the slots are limited because it's the Women's Month. So we give, more access to women. All right. So then you input the name on the bank accounts that you used in making payments. I know sometimes we use family members' accounts, siblings, spouse, and the likes, so that we can trace it to you. You might want to also include the actual name on the payment account that you use. Then you click on confirm that you've read the terms and conditions, and then click on next. Okay. Once you click on next, this is to, I think that was it Olusheye that was asking of taking a course before the program. So let's say you want to join me, Olusheye, you can just type in, you can just select me while you go take your training and everything. Again, like I said, 2 months is enough time, and yeah, it's enough time for you to get ready. Then you secure your spot. If you're starting in April, you secure your spot, and then select how you found out about Amdari, and then what influenced your decision to join. Just type that in. Once you do that, click on submit, and you are good to go. Okay. Once you do that, you're good to go to join us for the April or May cohort. Okay. So I'll start taking questions right now. By the way, I'll be showing us some other aspects of Amdari where you get to have access to job boards every day. We upload jobs every day on the Amdari job board. What this means is that you get to apply to as many jobs, whether visa sponsorship jobs or not. You get to use the platform to apply for free because you're just interning with us. And it's from your 2nd month of internship that we start encouraging you to take it as part of your task for every day to apply to jobs. Remember, we've revamped your CV, right? And we keep revamping it because you're adding more experience to your experience because of the internship. But from the second month after your internship, after your CV is revamped, we start encouraging you to apply to jobs using the Amdari job board. And when you apply to jobs, you have easy access to all of that. So I'll show us the job board real quick, okay? So let me see the questions that we have in the chat before I proceed. Then we have the portfolio website also, which I'll show you. It's a platform that you have access to for free for life. You don't have to pay for maintenance fee. You don't have to do any of that. It's pretty much what every what's it called? Every portfolio website does. Okay, so I'll start reading the chat while I show us that briefly. Okay, Chinonso say, Omahumi, will you be my mentor? I'm studying project management. Sure, Chinonso, yeah, definitely. All right. Okay, so I don't want to miss anything that we have in the chat. So Mimi says, so how will this discount be implemented for future project management slots? Okay, Mimi, I can't say much on that right now because we're still looking to bring back project management as soon as possible. Trust me, as soon as possible. We are currently working on the projects that the interns will be working on and the business partners that we will be, working on to get more projects on board for the intern. Okay, so Femi says, what if I don't know what program is best for me? Femi, this is telling me that you've not taken any tech skill yet, any tech course rather. It's giving yet to take a tech training. Am I right, Femi? If that's the case, I advise you take a tech course first, and then we see how we proceed from there. Okay, but I advise you take a tech course first. Okay, but if you've taken a course in any tech related field and it falls under this, let me know so that I can answer your question properly. Okay, then okay, let me just, Asia says, one needs to know the content of the program as there is no brochure for data analytics internship. And you said it's registered in the UK. Okay, let me show you what we have for that. Okay, Asia, please, if you have any question, please raise your hand. I'll be allowing people on mute shortly. What career path is ideal for civil engineer? Actually, Femi, we don't have that at the moment, right? That means I was right with my guess. You're yet to take a course in any of the fields that we have. Okay, so please, for everyone who is interested in securing their spot for the March cohort, use the link that my colleague is dropping. Okay, the amount in pounds, let me move the Olainka. Okay. So this is it. This is the amount in pounds for the 3 months. This is the 50% discounted price, and for 6 months this is the 50% discounted price, and you can pay 3 times. So your first installment is 93 pounds. Okay, the first installment is 93 pounds. So let me show Asia asked a question, and I would love to show her that real thing. Okay, for just a minute. So I'm trying to load the page, but while I'm loading that, please, if you have a question for me, can you raise your hand? Let me start taking people. Is GRC okay? Yes, sorry, Asia. Let me show you what I have to show you right here. Okay, I think okay, the screen is coming up. All right, so the projects you work on as a data analyst. So let's just click on this, for example. So I'll just select one project to quickly show you something real. Okay, you can see right here, stakeholder presentation. So this is where they get to present to our business partners, like I mentioned. Well, let me just search for, yeah, let's just select this and see. So by the way, I need to mention where we upload your resources and project briefs is the Google Classroom. Now the briefing, the actual briefing where you get to meet with your team lead and have conversations on the project, the business you're helping to solve the problem and all of that is done in a meeting, all right? And you have daily stand-up. Your stand-up can be 3 times in a week or 2 times in a week. Okay, that doesn't make it daily, but you get the point, right? You have your stand-up. with the team, okay? And the stand-up is where you get to talk about what you're working on, where you are at the moment, what you've done, and everything regarding that, okay? Now, this is a project that data analysts that we have on board are working on, leveraging social determinants of health analytics to address healthcare disparities. Remember, I said you get to work on projects across different industries, okay? So let's select this particular one. You can also see team flow for projects, right? And also the business requirement. All of these documents properly details the business challenge and everything you're working on. Now, this is the business focus, social impact and healthcare. And then the specialization is healthcare analytics. We introduce you to the business here. HealthLink is a leading healthcare provider, right? And you read more and more about that business right here. And once you do that, you come here, just a minute, to see the business problem, right? And what you would be focusing on: data fragmentation, manual data processing, geospatial data gap, and also lack of real-time insights. This is the business problem. You also get to see the rationale of the project. And then you also see the aim of the project, the data description, because you'll be provided data sets as well. And then the data analytics, which is, the project scope rather, is also highlighted for you. And the tools that you'll be working with, in this case, Power BI, Power Automate, and also Google Sheets, okay? So this is actually the ways that and this is just a document for you to revisit, right? At a later time in the course of working on the project. One beautiful thing about the experience is your project briefing is done on an actual call with your team lead, like I said, and you get to present to stakeholders, like I showed us in the other, what's it called? So I hope I answered your question. Asia, I think that was Asia that asked the question. Okay, let me take people's questions right now. I see, okay, Olajuwon, hi, can you unmute yourself while all right, thank you, Olaleko. Okay, so if you would love to secure your spot, like I said, please use the link that my colleague is dropping. Esther, you've been giving me thumbs up, okay? Are you securing your spot as well, Esther? And by the way, I forgot to ask, if you'll be jumping on this opportunity at Amdari and use the process that has been hacked to get started, please can you give me a thumbs up? If you'll be jumping on this as soon as possible and taking advantage, amazing. Esther, Adua, amazing. Okay, great. Want to speak to, okay, that's my colleague. Olalekon, amazing. So please, if you want to take advantage of this discount, please do so by using the link that my colleague has dropped. And if we are unable to answer every question on this call, you can book a clarity session with us. I will be on that call and I'll attend to all of your questions. It's a one-on-one session. We have less people on that call and I'll get to attend to your questions. You can secure your spot ahead of that session. It happens within the week, right? So when you click on the link to book your session, you would see it there. Okay, so Olajuwon, are you able to unmute now?
Yeah,
okay,
I'm able to unmute. Yeah, can you hear me?
Okay. Loud and clear.
Okay, yeah, my question is actually, it touched part of my question. I'm based in Scotland, UK. Now, but my other part is, you mentioned Google Sheets and one other tool aside the Power BI, but I've only learned SQL, Python, and Power BI, and a little bit of Excel. But Google Sheets, I have no idea. So will I still be able to work on any project with you guys?
Yes, you can. So we would provide you with resources to help you catch up on that. And in anticipation for, getting started, we also always encourage that, okay, while you secure your spot, we'd always encourage, take some crash courses before the program starts, right? So you would have seen the tools that we would be introducing you to during the course of your internship. It's just like getting a job anywhere, right? When I apply to a job as a software engineer anywhere, I don't need to know all of the stacks to get the job. I have the stacks that I use, right? Can be HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and Python, right? Or even PHP, right? But I might not know Kotlin and the likes. And a job might require that I learn how to use certain tools. So it's pretty much, but as long as you know the core of your field, you've taken the course, and the tools you mentioned right now, definitely they are all covered. SQL, Excel, Power BI, Tableau, they are all covered in the course of this internship. And that's for you to know that according to a project that you get to work on, the tools differ. Sometimes, yes, you can still see, let's say Power BI in 2 projects, right, or 3, and another one it's a combination of all of that. So yes, exactly. So that's how it works. And the projects are also like in progression. So beginner friendly and then keeps going because it's meant to be very immersive for you. Okay. Olajuwon, are you good?
Thank you.
All right, awesome. Okay, thank you, Olajuwon, for that question. Let me see if we have any question in the chat before I respond to another person whose hand is up. Boluaji says, so we can start the 6 months plan for £93 and first installment. Exactly, Boluaji, exactly. And remember, I said there is discounts, right? So you're not even paying the actual fee, full price. You're paying 50%. So you want to secure your spot today, right? Before the whole slot is taken. Okay. So let me see if we have another question. Vanessa says, which program did you just speak about? That's data analytics, Vanessa. But we cover data science, data engineering, cyber security, that's SOC, GRC, as well as ethical hacking. And then we cover for business analysis as well. All right. Let me be sure I didn't miss any question in the chat. I hope not. Please, if I missed your question, you can copy and paste it again because I know we have. Okay, Femi Show Me says, I am currently doing a level 3 in cybersecurity, but from what I'm hearing, they don't pay enough. So I need advice on what will be more profitable. I am also looking at learning AI. In terms of payments, Femi, I disagree with that, to be honest, right? So it might be the company. It's what happens in the industry. I have seen and I have worked in an organization where social media manager was paid 30,000 naira. And I have worked in another organization where social media manager was paid over 150,000 naira. It depends on the organization. And trust me, most people would say, oh, social media managers don't get paid well, but I just like made an instance now. I worked in both organizations. So one was paying 30, the other was paying over 150. So it depends on where you're looking and the organization. There is always that career path that even software engineers, you hear that, oh, software engineers earn this amount. Trust me, there are organizations that pay software engineers very shitty prices or salary, pardon my language. So it depends on the organization. So imagine the experience of that software developer or people who know this person or related to this person. They'll say, oh, I have a friend that works as a software developer and he's just paid 130K or so. I have seen that, right? So I'm not making it up. So that's the case. So Femi, cybersecurity is one of the most in demand career paths right now, right? It's very much in demand. If your reason for trying to switch to AI is because you think they don't pay well, or probably it's not in demand, that's not a good reason because it's not right? It's not valid. Okay. AI, of course, it's booming. You can always add that to what you already have in cybersecurity. You can always add that. But this is me telling you that you don't need to ditch cybersecurity because of what you heard. You can also do your research. I had a session last week where I showed how much cybersecurity professionals earn. You can check the video on our YouTube. You'll see that it was just posted last week. And I did a breakdown on how you can also do your research of how much cybersecurity cybersecurity analysts are paid. All right. Okay. Adoa says, is GRC or data better for data governance, credit, fraud, risk analysis role? They actually work hand in hand because at the end of the day, we're talking risk and compliance, right? And we are also talking governance. And because you also need data knowledge, so it's a combination of both. Adoa, it's a combination of both. So I won't say take one over one. I would say merge the two. It's always also the best way to stand out every time. All right. Emmanuel says, what about business analysis? I've done a training on it. What type of project am I likely to work on and what are the tools? Okay, Emmanuel, let me show you that. All right. In fact, I'm not showing you that alone. I'll show you what our business analysts have currently done. So just give me a minute. Okay. So I'll quickly show you this particular project that the business analysts have worked on. So this is the Higher Sense project, okay? This project was worked on by our business analyst interns, project managers, interns, as well as experienced software engineer and experienced product designer, okay? This platform is for our business partner, Higher Sense, right? They're a startup in the AI space. They are building an AI-powered recruitment platform, all right? And the end users are recruiters and job seekers. And this platform is meant to analyze a job seeker's CV and all of that and match them to jobs, and also help job recruiters filter through just qualified candidates. So you don't need to have a list of people that are not qualified on your job posting. The system will tell you out of the 500 people that applied, 50 people are a perfect fit for this role, right? And the recruiter will just go ahead. And you as the job seeker, the system would let you know the minute you upload your CV that your CV can be better. And it will tell you what you need to do to make it better. Oh, you don't have experience using this tool as a project manager. You need to do that. You need to update that. You need to update that knowledge gap. It will just be telling you the areas of your knowledge that you need to update. Oh, you don't have experience using Excel and Power BI as a data analyst. You need to update that knowledge gap. It will tell you, and if you already have experience using these tools, that means you didn't include it on your CV, and you need to do that. You go back to your drawing board, revamp your CV, and upload it again. It will tell you, oh, you don't have metrics on your CV, and recruiters love to see metrics. Imagine having this project on your portfolio as a job seeker, and you submit it to a recruiter. You know what that does? It will tell the recruiter the extent and the intensive experience you've gained. Anybody would be proud to have this project on their CV. This is done and built by our business analysts as well as our PMs. And yes, sadly, Vanessa, we have the PM slots closed, but please fill the attendance form. You want to secure your slot now? Okay, just fill the attendance form, Vanessa, and we will definitely communicate when the slots are open, so you can take advantage fast. Okay, so please fill the attendance form. And for the other people who are already securing their spots, please fill the attendance form as you are securing your spot. Okay, please fill the attendance form as you're securing your spot. This is how we get to send you the job offer letter, because there is a job offer letter that will be sent to you when you secure your spot. This is how we get to send your job description. This is how we get to also send you your onboarding details and everything, right? And also your I mentioned job offer letter already. So yes, that's majorly it. Okay, so please feel free to fill that enrollment form. The minute your payment is successful, you will see that form, like I said. So let's continue showing the project that our business analysts and project managers are working on. So they built this. You can check this for job seekers or job recruiters, and you can scroll down. You can see that you're impacting a real business, because this business will be making sales with this platform. So when I talk about metrics, this is where you have it. You helped this business build this platform that helps them to generate revenue. This is how you did it. You would put the link of this website on your CV, your portfolio. You talk to them about how you and your team of project managers, software engineers, and all of that, how you all worked on this project and how you arrived at the solution. You can see the website, obviously. If we come to get started, you will see the sign up page, right? The platform is still a work in progress, by the way. This is the sign in page, right? So when you click on get started, if you don't have an account yet, you can click on create account, right? Okay, I think the page is still being worked on. So this is what they are working on. And when did they start? February. And see the progress they've made so far. I'll take questions. Oh, okay, sorry. I think someone unmuted himself by mistake. Let me mute that person. I'll take questions. So I hope this answers it for you. I'm trying to remember who asked me the question. You can give me a thumbs up. Kolawole, you joined late. Please watch the recording of this session on YouTube. Fill the attendance form. That's how you can get the link to this recording. Okay, I answered your question, Oladipo. Amazing. Okay, Kolawole, please fill the attendance form that my colleague is dropping. All right, and we will definitely send you this session recording, because we are recording it, and you get to benefit so much from everything that we have discussed. Okay, so Fatima says, would I be able to enjoy the discounts given that I can only pay by first week April? Oh, okay, yes, Fatima, most likely, yes. So just make sure you copy the link to this session, to the payment, so that you can secure your spot by the time that you are able to. But please, oh, April, sorry, no, it's ending this month. I just remembered, Fatima. I actually just remembered, it's for the Women's Month. So once it's 1st of April, the discount would be to not be valid. But you can, I mean, you can pay in 3 installments, right? And you can secure your spot with £93. So you can quickly do that. Ikechukwu says, how do I fill the attendance form? Okay, my colleague Ozichi will drop the link for you shortly. All right, she'll drop the link. All right, Olushare says, just to be clear, is CV review and LinkedIn revamp included? Yes, you're not paying for any of this outside of your internship enrollment. You're not paying for them outside of it. Even your internship session, that's the mentorship session rather, it is all free. Access to the job board, all free. Access to the portfolio website, all free, right? This price, this fee you're seeing on my screen, okay, that's not what you're seeing on my screen. The fee I showed us earlier. So let me just go back to the fee. It covers everything. Okay, it covers everything. So yes, Olaleko, that's the project that business analysts are working on. That's how it works for every other person also. You guys are working on actual businesses challenge, right? With our business partners and all of them. Okay, let me be sure I've not missed any question. So let me see if anybody has their hand raised. Oh, we have quite a couple. Okay. Okay, Vanessa, I can't say for now since we've not brought back PM. Hopefully by next week we would have it clearly communicated and people. Yes, Vanessa, I'm responding to your question now. So sorry. Okay, so yes, you would be able to most likely we would be able to communicate the opening of project management by next week. Most likely, right? I'm not sure yet, but I'm hoping that we would be able to do that, right? Okay, Olajuwon, I already took your question, so I think that's still from before. So Chinon, so have I answered your question? Because I know you typed something, but I don't know if you have another question for me. Chinon, so do you have another question for me? Okay, let me move on to Adoa. Hi, Adoa. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Please, does the 50% apply to instant installment? Yes, Titilayo. Yes, it applies. The 50% applies to installment payments, and you can secure your spot today because we have 30 more slots for women and 10 more slots for men, right? And for those who have made payments already, like I said, please fill the enrollment form. As you're securing your spot, please fill the enrollment form, okay? All right, so moving on, just a minute. So, Adoa, do you want to ask a question? Do you have any question for me? You raised your hands. Okay, so I don't see anybody asking questions yet. Precious, you can go ahead. I know you guys can already unmute, right? I know you can already unmute. Please, why are you neglecting? Vanessa, I answered your question. Okay, please unmute, Vanessa. I answered your question. Did you hear me? You asked something.
Yeah, I just
Vanessa.
want to be sure. I just want to ask. This women's 50%, is it going to be applicable when you bring up PM? Because you guys are not the ones giving us the PM right away. And, you know, I won't be able to get the 50% discount, if at all. So I just want to be sure.
Yes. Okay, if we bring back PM by next week, hopefully we do that, right? Yes, it will be applicable. But if we bring back PM after the month of March, just might not be applicable. But it looks like we might bring back PM by next week. So it will be communicated. Just ensure that you fill the form. You would receive the communication in your email. That's a given.
Because I have filled my forms. Okay, I've sent you guys even emails, everything. So you guys are I just want to make sure I'm going to have that slot so that I'll know what I'm doing, because time is of essence to me. So I just want to know if I can get that. So
yes. Okay, Vanessa, I would communicate that with you within the week. You receive an email from our team. That's our growth team. So as soon as because we've already done some work with our business partners in that line, so that we can bring it back. You can see what I showed us with Higher Sense. It's always that immersive, and we don't also want to bring out something that is not quality in any way. And there is a lot of reason why these projects always take limited slots, or rather our internship takes limited slots. So that's why we always encourage people to secure their slot. But as soon as we bring back PM, you would not just get an email from us, you would also get a message from us so that you can take advantage before. So even if the internship is starting in May, right, you would be able to take advantage of this discount now to secure your spot ahead of May. I promise you that, okay? So we'll be in communication with you within the week as soon as we bring it back. For now, it's not a guarantee yet, but it looks like it will be out by the month. Okay, Adoa says he has paid. Okay, amazing. Adoa, please ensure you fill the form because I am yet to see you fill the form. Okay, let me drop the link to the form for you. Okay, so please fill the form. Okay, and the enrollment form, like I said, is where we get to like send you the link for your contract of employment, your job description, and all of that. So let me drop the link for you to secure. All right. So I'll drop it in the chat now. Okay, so let me take more hands, but I'll drop it. But please, Adoa, fill the form. I showed us how to fill the form earlier. And for every other person who must have made payment, please fill the form and we would love to. Yes, Vanessa, definitely would be in touch, okay? We'll definitely be in touch, all right? Okay. Okay, so moving on, let me take another person.
Hi, Wumi.
Hi.
Hello.
Please go ahead.
This is Modipen.
Yes,
Good evening.
Yeah,
thank you for the session. I asked a question and someone was trying to respond to me via chat. I asked, I mentioned that I have had a training on data analytics. I had an online course done, but I am interested in the internship section for risk and governance. So I asked, do I need to take another online course to fit in for this? I don't know what the risk, the trainings and projects that will be carried on for risk and governance internship. Can you shed more light on that?
All right, thank you so much for that, Mujute. Okay, so if you've not taken any training under risk and governance yet, under GRC rather, if you've not taken any training under it, yes, you need to take the training. But if you want to intern as a data analyst while you're taking your GRC training, yes, you can. Because Amdari majorly focuses on people who have gained the skill and are trying to gain experience, right? So yes, so you would need to gain the GRC training first, enroll in a boot camp, enroll in take a course online and the like. So you have a business partner, that's Tenalytics, the training, cybersecurity and the like. So in case you want to try that out, you definitely can do that. But if you want to intern as a data analyst, please feel free to secure your spots with us since you've taken your training in that. Then Adoa, before I take another question, I just dropped the link for enrollment just now. Let me drop it again. So please fill the form, okay, and upload your payment receipt. Like I said, this is how we get to send you your job offer letter, employment, job description, and all of that. Amazing. And if there is anyone else on the call who has secured their spots, please fill the form. All right.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah. Does my work job experience in internal control, risk and governance count?
Does your work experience where?
Yes, as an auditor, internal control specialist. Does it count?
Is that for interning as a data analyst or the GRC role?
GRC.
What else? Did you take a proper cybersecurity course? And what tools are you familiar with in terms of usage or learning? It doesn't even matter if you've used them, but you've learned how to use them. What are those tools? So I'm sure that you're very familiar, because if you are very familiar with using most of the tools, definitely it counts and you can jump on the internship. But if you're still like new to all of that and you've not learned it, then I would advise you to learn. So what are
okay. Like I mentioned, the course I took was in data analytics, where I use SQL, Tableau, Google Sheets, and the likes, but clearly not in cybersecurity. But I just wanted to know what the package for the governance GRC is for. So this is, from what you mentioned, this is like bringing cybersecurity into what is needed, the foundational skills needed for GRC.
Yes, you need to have. Yes, you need to have foundational skills for GRC, and all of the tools under data analytics don't fall under it, right? You need to properly have experience. And let me quickly show you something. Let me show you something under projects for GRC while we are still on that. I'll take more questions shortly, but let me show you something under projects for GRC. Just a minute. Okay. So you can see what I mean by the tools that you'll be working on. And you can confirm for me if you're familiar with using any of these tools, okay? So let's see this. Okay. So this is one of the projects that our interns are working on, Swift Move Logistics, right? And when you scroll down, this is the business problem, right? So let's scroll down. This is a project brief after a proper project briefing meeting with your team lead and stakeholders. Now, this is one of the projects our interns are working on. You can see the tech stack, GRC platforms like ServiceNow, ServiceNow GRC, RSA Aka, or Metric Stream, right? Then we have Splunk, we have Palo Alto Firewalls, Cisco SecureX, and then we have Okta for identity and access management. Then we have BitLocker, right? VeraCrypt. Then we have KnowBe4, right, for phishing. And then we have AWS Security Hub and Azure. So is there any tool here you're familiar with using in the course of, the experience you said you gained? Is there any?
No.
Okay. So that's why I said you need to gain the experience, or rather, sorry, you need to learn the tools, and then yes, you can jump on the Amdarin internship. But since you're already familiar with data-related tools under data analytics, you can actually take advantage of that, right? So that's another one.
All right,
Okay,
thank you.
Internship under data analytics.
You said what?
I said, are you not considering internship under data analytics?
No, I am. I'm open to both, but thanks for the clarification.
All right, you're welcome. Okay, so let's move on to I think I have J. Andrew. J. Andrew, I know you. You want to ask about project management. You see, yourself and Vanessa would be the first people that I would have to reach out to once project management is here. We're very familiar with J. Andrew, to be honest. Okay.
Yes,
all right. Okay.
Because the last time I was on the information
I remember.
You told me you'd send me the link.
Yeah, so it's because we were not able to create the slot, to be honest. That was why. Okay, let me take. Okay. All right. Let me take Emmanuel Harry. Hi, Emmanuel. Are you there? Can you unmute yourself? Hi, Emmanuel. Can you hear me? Okay. Emmanuel, are you there? All right. So I see some people have filled the form, but not everybody, because I know I'm still awaiting Adoa's inputs, but I see some other people who have filled their form, like Omotola and the like. So please, if you've made payment and you're yet to secure your spot, please do so. Okay. Hi, Asia. You have a question for me? Hi, Asia.